Across the country, many young people are taking jobs to help their families make ends meet. Since the pandemic started, an estimated 3 million students have not attended virtual or in-person classes. For some, that's because they're now working. Meg Oliver is outside a high school in Newark, New Jersey, with more on teenagers balancing school and work. Meg, good morning.
Anthony, good morning. We spoke with two students, one from here at Arts High School in Newark, New Jersey, and the other in Los Angeles. Both told us when the pandemic hit, they felt the pressure to step in and help their families. One expert told us their stories are not unusual.
Several days a week, Melody Vidal gets a ride to the mills at Jersey Gardens Mall, where she works at the bakery chain Cinnabon. In the fall, the high school senior took the job to help her mom financially.
What was your biggest fear?
My biggest fear was being homeless.
But trying to balance remote learning and work is taking a toll on the 18-year-old.
How overwhelming is this on you?
It's so overwhelmingly stressful. I find it hard to live sometimes.
You find it hard to live sometimes?
Yes, because of the stress.
Yeah.
Maria Medina is Melody's mother. She's a party entertainer and does face and body painting.
How hard has this last year been financially for you?
Whew, I watched a career that I have been working on for 12 years go completely dead.
Would you be able to make ends meet without her helping?
Yes and no. I mean, I can manage things. I've been doing it for years, but her help has been a blessing.
In the U.S., around 17.5 million young people between 16 and 24 are employed, and many to help their families get by. 17-year-old Joanna Lopez is one of them.
Why did you need this job?
I wanted to help my mom because she's a struggling single mom.
The high school senior from Los Angeles juggles an exhausting load, all remote school during the day, and several days a week she works at a fast food restaurant until midnight. Her mother was laid off because of COVID.
And that's when I was there. I was like, okay, now it's time to actually step it up because I have a little brother.
Lopez brings in about $800 a month and gives $500 to her mom for rent and other bills.
You're doing a great thing for your mom. Are you worried about your mom?
Not really. I know that she's a strong woman.
This has got to be overwhelming for you. You're only 17 years old.
I try to keep a positive attitude for her.
Why did you want to share your story?
I want other people to see that they're not the only ones that struggle.
Are you seeing more high school students trying to bring home a paycheck?
Absolutely. Young people are under incredible pressure to contribute to the finances in the home.
Elmer Roldan is the executive director of Communities and Schools of Los Angeles. His organization works with Lopez and hundreds of other students and their families to help provide social, emotional, academic, and even financial support to keep kids in school.
What do you think will happen now that some of these high schools will start to reopen after spring break and you have students trying to juggle school and jobs?
Well, I think that it's going to put both the schools and the students in a very difficult place. And I think it's going to force students to have to pick between their education and bringing home that income.
Roldan says his organization tries to encourage young people to focus on a long-term vision for themselves, like higher education.
Certainly, the income that they're bringing in right now is a huge lifeline for their families. And, and all jobs are respectable. But we also know that the potential is there for them to do a lot more.
For Melody, just the thought of doing more is keeping her afloat. She hopes to go to college next year.
You have something to look forward to.
Yeah, I do.
You're helping your family get by, pay the rent, make sure the electrical gets paid. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel happy. Makes me feel like maybe we're not gonna be homeless. It's so scary to think about that.
So much pressure, but they both have so much potential. Melody tells us she wants to study graphic design at a community college next year. And Joanna, the student out in Los Angeles, also plans to go to college. She wants to be a music therapist. Tony?
Meg, thank you very much. I mean, it's a reminder that the child tax credit can help struggling parents like that, so maybe their kids don't have to choose between school and that job to support the family.
Boy, you feel for Melody and Joanna.
I was just going to say, but in the meantime, to hear Melody say, sometimes I don't want to live, just gave me chills. You got to hang in there, Melody, because we all know it's true. It does get better, but when you're in it, it must seem extremely overwhelming. And Joanna saying, no, she doesn't worry about her mother, as tears are streaming down
her face.
I never thought of that aspect of the layers of COVID and the damage that it causes.
Right.
And the teens feel that
the degree to which it
it.
has reverberated, all so
Right.
far. And you're looking at your kids worrying about their parents and worrying, as Melody says, worrying about being homeless.
Yeah, these kids have their antenna up. They're picking up what's going on in the house.
Sure
They
are.
know. They absorb it. All right, Meg, thank you very much. It's a powerful story.